Okay, so have you ever walked out of like one of those networking events and just felt like, ooh, like, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
You spend all this money and it's just like a sea of business cards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, did I really connect with anyone? Like, is this going to lead to anything?
Exactly.
And it just feels so transactional.
It is.
And kind of empty.
Yeah, and especially these days,
Yeah.
you know, there's just this constant barrage of digital interactions.
Right.
All these like surface level connections.
It's exhausting. So it's like we're all craving something more.
Yeah.
Like something deeper and more human.
Definitely.
And that's kind of what led me to today's deep dive.
Okay.
So we're going to be unpacking this TEDx talk by Lisa Patrick, and it's called Belongonomics.
Interesting.
Have you heard of this?
I have, yeah.
So she kind of argues that we need like a total reframing
Okay.
of how we approach relationships,
Right.
like both professionally and personally,
Right.
because it's all connected, right?
Right.
So instead of these like fleeting transactional interactions,
Yeah.
you know, where you're just trying to get something from someone,
Right.
Belongonomics is about building a network that actually lasts,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about becoming the opportunity.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So instead of being just another option out there,
Mm-hmm.
you're the one that people want to connect with
Right.
because you bring something valuable to the table.
Makes sense.
So Lisa Patrick starts her talk with this story that I think a lot of people can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
She talks about spending like $7,000
Wow.
to attend this big business conference.
Okay.
And she was, you know, expecting all these groundbreaking insights and,
Yeah.
you know, all these like amazing connections.
Right.
But what did she find?
What happened?
She found herself in what she calls a digital gladiator arena.
Oh, wow.
So basically everyone was just like desperately trying to pitch their ideas
Yeah.
and collect LinkedIn contacts. It
Whoa.
was so superficial.
It's so common, though.
Oh, totally.
You go to these things and everyone's just like in it for themselves.
Exactly.
They're not really interested in connecting on a deeper level.
Like, what can you do for me?
Right. Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So anyway, she ends up leaving this conference feeling totally empty.
That's rough.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, despite all the hype and the expense,
Mm-hmm.
there was just like this gaping lack of genuine connection.
Like, what was the point?
Exactly. So that's where Belongonomics comes in.
Okay.
It's about shifting away from that.
Right.
So she proposes this system
Okay.
that prioritizes what she calls connection-driven capital.
Connection-driven capital.
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially, it's about focusing on building
It's okay.
authentic and trust-based relationships
Mm-hmm.
that actually last.
I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you like break that down for me a little bit?
Sure.
What exactly does that look like?
So, you know, we think about financial capital. That's like your assets.
Your money. Yeah.
Your money. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's social capital.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, you know, your network.
Right.
But connection-driven capital is about like the depth of those relationships.
Yep.
It's about the trust, the mutual respect,
Mm-hmm.
and the shared values
Right.
that make a connection truly valuable.
So it's not just about like collecting a bunch of contacts or
Yeah.
having a huge following on social media.
Right.
It's about cultivating relationships that are grounded in like real authenticity
Exactly.
and a genuine desire to connect.
Yeah, and it's about recognizing that people are more than just potential clients or customers.
Mhm.
They're individuals
Mm-hmm.
with their own unique stories,
Right.
aspirations, and challenges.
So it's really about like a mindset shift.
Yeah.
Instead of approaching networking with this like, what can I get from this person attitude,
Right.
we should be asking ourselves, how can I genuinely contribute to this relationship?
Exactly.
And how can I make like a lasting impact?
I love that.
Right. So it's about offering value without expecting anything in return
Mm-hmm.
and being genuinely invested in the success and well-being of others.
And Lisa Patrick, she actually tells this great story
Okay.
about connecting Jesse Cole,
Okay.
who's the creator of Banana Ball,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
with a key decision maker at Disney.
Oh, wow.
And so she knew that Jesse was a huge Disney fan,
Uh-huh.
and she happened to have a connection with someone high up in the company.
Right.
So she facilitated an introduction,
Okay.
not because she expected anything in return,
Mm-hmm.
but simply because she wanted to help Jesse pursue his passion.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's a great example of what she calls transformational value.
Transformational value.
Yeah, it's not just about offering something superficial or transactional.
Okay.
It's about going above and beyond to provide something that truly makes a difference in someone's life, something that can change their trajectory or help them achieve their dreams.
So those acts of genuine giving can actually create like a ripple effect.
They do.
Right.
Yeah.
It creates this positive cycle of generosity and reciprocity.
Absolutely. When you approach relationships with that mindset, it creates a sense of goodwill and trust
Right.
that strengthens the connection over time.
It just keeps growing.
It does. And it can lead to unexpected opportunities
Oh, yeah.
and collaborations down the road.
That you never would have expected.
Right, exactly.
So it seems like Belongonomics is all about challenging the traditional approach to networking.
It is.
Which is often so transactional,
Yeah.
replacing it with something much more human-centered.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
about recognizing that we can achieve far more together than we ever could alone.
I love that.
Yeah.
So Lisa Patrick makes it very clear
Okay.
that this isn't about being naive
Right.
or letting people take advantage of you.
Yeah, you don't want to be a pushover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she emphasizes that Belongonomics also requires a strategic approach.
It's not about saying yes to every request
Okay.
or trying to connect with absolutely everyone.
Right.
It's about being intentional with your time and energy and choosing to engage with people who share your values and who you genuinely believe in.
So it's about choosing quality over quantity.
Exactly. Be selective about who you invest in. Focus on building relationships with people who inspire you,
Yeah.
who challenge you, and who can genuinely contribute to your growth.
I mean, this makes me think about how we approach networking events. Instead of just trying to collect as many business cards as possible,
Right.
we should be focusing on having like a few really meaningful conversations.
Exactly. And it's about being clear about your goals and intentions.
Right.
So, for example, if you're looking for a mentor in a specific field, don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire and ask for guidance.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So being direct and strategic can actually save time and energy for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Because it shows that you respect their time and their expertise. And it helps to make sure that your interactions are like productive and mutually beneficial.
Exactly. It's about aligning your actions with your goals.
Okay, so I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Good.
But let's talk about why this actually matters.
Okay.
Why should we care about building these deeper, more authentic connections?
Right.
What's in it for us beyond just like feeling good?
That's a great question. And it gets to the heart of what makes Belongonomics so powerful.
Okay.
When you build a reputation as someone who is trustworthy, reliable, and genuinely invested in others, you become a magnet for opportunities.
Oh, wow.
People want to work with you, support you, and be a part of your journey.
So it's not just about feeling good, it's about tangible results.
Exactly. And those results can manifest in countless ways.
Like what?
From increased business growth and career advancement to deeper personal fulfillment and a more supportive network to help you navigate life's challenges.
So it's about building a life that's richer and more meaningful.
I think it's a great way to put it.
On every level.
It's about recognizing that our connections are the foundation of everything.
Yeah.
They drive business fuel innovation and bring joy and fulfillment to our lives.
Okay, I'm sold.
Great.
So how do we actually make this happen?
Well, Lisa Patrick breaks Belongonomics down into 4 key principles.
Okay, let's hear them.
Yeah, so we'll start with people first.
Okay, what does that look like in practice?
So it sounds super simple, right?
Yeah.
But this whole people first thing really requires a perspective shift.
Okay.
I mean, we're so used to leading with our titles,
Right.
accomplishments, or, that elevator pitch.
Totally.
But instead, we need to actually see the individual.
Like strip away all those labels.
Exactly.
CEO, the entrepreneur, the influencer.
All of that.
And just remember that we're all just humans
Hmm.
with our own, hopes and fears and dreams.
Yeah. And when you walk into a networking event, instead of scanning the room thinking, who can benefit me?
Right.
Try approaching each interaction with genuine curiosity.
It's like that Stephen Covey quote.
Oh, yeah.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood.
Right.
So active listening is key.
Huge.
Ask open-ended questions. Really pay attention to their responses and try to understand their perspective.
And their needs.
Their needs.
Even their challenges.
Okay, so that was people first. What about Lisa Patrick's second principle?
So the second principle is value-based interactions.
Okay, value-based interactions.
And this is where we totally flip the script on traditional networking.
How so?
Instead of focusing on what you can get from someone,
Yeah.
we shift the focus to what we can give.
So instead of viewing people as potential transactions,
Right.
we should be thinking about how we can make like a real impact on their lives.
Exactly. And this isn't about like keeping score or
Right.
expecting something in return.
Okay.
It's about genuine generosity.
Mm-hmm.
Offering your expertise, your connections, or even just a listening ear.
She uses the term transformational value.
She does.
What does that actually look like?
Okay, so imagine you meet someone at a conference
Okay.
and they're struggling with a business challenge
Mm-hmm.
and you happen to have expertise in that area.
Right.
So you offer them a 30-minute consultation for free
Okay.
to help them brainstorm some solutions. Right.
Yeah.
That's transformational value.
Or let's say you're at a networking event. Mm-hmm. And someone mentions that they're looking for a specific type of software,
Okay.
and you know a company that provides exactly what they need.
Right.
So you make that connection.
That's huge.
Right.
That could be huge for them.
And it didn't cost you anything.
Exactly. And those acts of giving, even small ones,
Mm-hmm.
create this ripple effect.
Okay.
They build goodwill, trust, and a sense of reciprocity
Right.
that strengthens the relationship over time.
I love it.
Okay, so principle number 3 is abundance mindset.
Okay. Abundance mindset.
This one can be tough,
It can.
especially in fields that are really competitive.
Yeah, because we're kind of conditioned to believe that there's only so much success to go around.
Right, it's a scarcity mentality.
So how do we shed away from that?
Well, Belongonomics encourages us to see things differently.
Okay.
Instead of viewing other people as competition, we should be celebrating their wins
Okay.
and recognizing that there's enough opportunity out there for everyone.
It's like shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance.
Exactly.
So it's like that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone.
Yeah,
If you want to go far, go together.
I love that.
So the more we support each other's growth, the more the entire ecosystem thrives.
Exactly. When we collaborate and support each other, we can achieve far more than we ever could on our own.
Okay, I'm on board with that.
Good.
So principle number 4.
Yes, this one is direct and strategic.
Correct and strategic.
Mm-hmm.
It seems a bit counterintuitive.
It does.
How can we be authentic in our connections,
Right.
but also be strategic?
Yeah,
It almost sounds manipulative.
I get it. But it's not about being manipulative or playing games.
Okay.
It's about being intentional with your time and energy.
Right.
You don't have to say yes to everything
Okay.
or try to connect with absolutely everyone.
So it's about choosing quality over quantity.
Exactly. Be selective about who you invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on building relationships with people who share your values,
Right.
who inspire you,
Sure.
and who can genuinely contribute to your growth.
This makes me think about how we approach networking events again.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to collect 1,000,000 business cards,
Right.
we should be focusing on having a few like really meaningful conversations.
Exactly. And it's about being clear about your goals and intentions.
So if you're looking for a mentor, for example, don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire and ask for guidance.
Exactly.
Okay, so being direct and strategic can actually save time and energy.
It can for everyone involved.
Yeah, because it shows that you respect their time and their expertise.
And it helps to ensure that your interactions are productive and mutually beneficial.
So it's about aligning your actions with your goals.
Precisely.
Okay. I'm starting to see how this all fits together.
Oh,
But let's talk about the practical side.
okay.
You mentioned earlier that Belongonomics can lead to tangible benefits. Like how? Can you give me some examples?
Sure. So think about it this way.
Yeah.
When you have a strong network of trusted relationships,
Mm-hmm.
doors open that you might not have even known existed.
Like what kinds of doors?
Well, you're more likely to attract new clients,
Okay.
get introduced to potential investors,
Mm-hmm.
and land partnerships that can take your business to the next level.
So it's not just about feeling good. It's about concrete results.
Exactly. And those results can extend far beyond business.
Oh, okay. How so?
Well, think about career advancement.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a network of people who believe in you
Yeah.
and are willing to advocate for you,
Yeah.
it can make a huge difference in landing that dream job
Okay.
or getting that promotion.
It's like having a team of cheerleaders in your corner,
Exactly.
rooting for you every step of the way.
And let's not forget the power of a strong network when it comes to navigating challenges.
Right.
So when we face setbacks
Yeah.
or need advice,
Mm-hmm.
having a group of trusted mentors, colleagues, and friends can be invaluable.
Because they can offer support guidance and a fresh perspective
Exactly.
that helps us overcome obstacles and emerge stronger.
Right.
It's like having a safety net
Yeah.
knowing that you're not alone
Exactly.
in facing life's ups and downs.
It's really about building a more fulfilling life.
Yeah,
Surrounded by people who genuinely support you.
and inspire you.
Exactly.
So it's more than just like climbing the corporate ladder
Mm.
or expanding your business.
It's about fostering connections that nourish your soul
Yeah.
and contribute to your overall well-being.
It's like Lisa Patrick's message is all about
Yeah.
being radically human. Yeah.
In a world that often feels so transactional,
Right.
it's like pushing back against that tendency to reduce everything to a transaction.
Right.
And remembering the power of genuine connection.
And remembering that we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And that our success is intertwined.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Belongonomics,
Okay.
I want to turn it back to you, the listener.
Yeah.
What's one small step you can take this week to start building a more meaningful connection
Yeah.
in your professional or personal life?
I mean, it doesn't have to be anything big.
Right.
Maybe it's reaching out to that person you admire
Okay.
and inviting them for a virtual coffee.
Or sending a handwritten note to a colleague,
Oh, that's nice.
expressing your gratitude
Yeah.
for their hard work.
Or volunteering your time for a cause you believe in.
Right.
Or just making an effort to be more present
Mm-hmm.
and engaged in your everyday interactions.
It's those small, consistent acts.
Of kindness, generosity, and authentic connection
Yeah.
that really make a difference.
They do.
So as you start integrating these principles into your life,
Mm-hmm.
you might be surprised by the results.
Absolutely.
You might find yourself attracting more opportunities,
Okay.
feeling more fulfilled in your work,
Yeah.
and building a network that truly supports and inspires you.
And you'll be contributing to a world that's more human-centered.
I like that.
A world where relationships are valued above transactions
Yes.
and where everyone has the opportunity to thrive.
So go out there and start building your own belongonomic ecosystem.
I love it.
Plant those seeds of connection.
Yes.
Nurture those relationships and watch the magic unfold.
And remember, the journey of building meaningful connections is ongoing.
It is.
There will be ups and downs,
Right.
moments of joy and moments of frustration.
For sure.
But the rewards of fostering genuine relationships
Yeah.
far outweigh the challenges.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Belongonomics.
It was fun.
We hope it's given you some food for thought
Mhm.
and inspired you to approach your relationships with a renewed sense of purpose and intention.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep
Yeah.
and keep connecting